Cloud Rider was the first single to be released from Kalkbrenner's new album 7. The video marked the opening episode of a trilogy. The protagonist, a teenager in the US, out to share his love of electronic music. Kalkbrenner recruited advertising network Droge 5 for the shoot.
Their idea was to have a kind of mega Paul Kalkbrenner fan walk around the US, thinking that would make the music more accessible.
The new album is Kalkbrenner's first on a major label. Until now, he had produced and released his material himself. He'd had various offers from record companies, but they only wanted to market him in Germany.
At some point, I was in contact with Sony Music International and started lengthy negotiations. When I heard I could use their archive, it was a pretty easy decision for me. I'm the first person to be given that chance.
And you can hear the fruits of his forays in those archives in the chorus of Cloud Rider. The vocals are from US duo D-Train. They're from You're the One for Me, released in 1981.
The fascinating thing about this vocal track was that when you're in the studio and the timing isn't that precise, you can pull everything in sync. I didn't have to do anything.
In 2008, Kalkbrenner became famous beyond the techno scene after starring in the movie Berlin Calling. His character? A DJ in Berlin. And the soundtrack was a hit in its own right. Sky and Sand, featuring the vocals of his brother Fritz, persisted in the German charts for over 2 years. Paul's on-screen performance was so convincing that many found it hard to tell him apart from DJ Icarus.
I'm me, although it didn't hurt that a lot of people were confused. Is that Paul or Icarus? It just emerges from the screen, because the visuals at gigs were still from Berlin Calling, and there I was on stage.
38-year-old Paul Kalkbrenner is now a star across Europe, playing up to 150 concerts a year. And because he rearranges material live, he's not keen on being called a DJ.
I used to get annoyed, but it's impossible to tell everyone that you're a live performer, not a DJ. Eventually, I stopped caring about it.
And he's never stopped recording as well, despite his jam-packed tour schedule. In 2012, Guten Tag scored high on the album charts in a number of countries across Europe. It includes the single Das Gezabel. Fans had to wait a whole 3 years for his next release, called 7.
I invested more time in this one than in the 2 before that. It's a lot more diverse. I only had about 3 months for each of the previous records, which you can tell.
The third and latest single taken from 7 is Feed Your Head. It samples the vocals from 1960s psychedelic hit White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane. The video concludes the visual trilogy. Here's hoping Florian manages to spread the electronic bug and Paul Kalkbrenner manages to take off stateside.